Today, I want to tell you about how an unexpected gift from my guides transformed my life from a critic to a creator. How a kazoo healed my inner child, unlocked my creativity, sparked joy, imagination, fun, play, connection, and helped to inspire other people, which I would have never expected a little kazoo to do. Hi, I'm Sonia. I'm a fourth generation intuitive, and I teach you how to plug back into your innate divine self, your intuition. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here, especially for this video, because we are talking about kazoos. And if you're returning, welcome back. I'm so happy that you're here. I release new videos every week. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Check out the description box. Got tons of stuff for you. All right, enough with the housekeeping. Let's get into it. So first, I have been on a journey to heal my own inner child, especially with my artistry. Now, intuition and creativity are twins. They come in through the same portal of listening, of curiosity, of wonder. And often in our life, we get wounded in different ways by adults. And one way that my inner child was wounded was that I went to a French school. And French education system really believes in a right way to do things and a wrong way to do things. Well, one place that I got a lot of feedback that I was not doing a good job because I wasn't coloring horizontally instead of vertically. Oh, the French. In kindergarten was art class. And because of that, I always just thought, I'm not creative. I'm not that creative. I'm not that artistic. And so after years of realizing this, I've been on my dedicated journey. Been learning different things, guitar. Anyway, fast forward, I have a friend, Jessica, who is telling me about a personal Mardi Gras throw gift that she received on Mardi Gras Day. Personal throws are basically gifts that people create and share at Mardi Gras, and she was gifted a kazoo. In telling me this story of the kazoo, it ignited my spirit and my intuition, and I was like, wait, I want to play with kazoos. So I followed the trail of breadcrumbs and ordered a box of kazoos. I go to Burning Man every year. There's a lot of gift giving at Burning Man, and I figured this would be a perfect gift. Now, I got a lot of blank little metal kazoos, and that was going to be fine, good enough. Randomly, I had ordered some little food for my best friend. We have a stuffed animal, and I was joking and sent her all these little miniature food things. And I had this bag of leftovers. One night, I am sitting looking at my kazoo box, and all of a sudden, I got the hit. Wouldn't it be fun to glue googly eyes on the kazoo? And wouldn't it be fun to put little wiggly arms and put a piece of pizza in his hand and make him a character? This small journey that I did in my living room, probably at 11 o'clock at night by myself, all of a sudden unlocked a part of my brain that had been dormant for a really long time. I was just following my intuition, what felt good, what was funny, with no attachment to the outcome. These kazoos, and especially my first ones, were not for anyone but just myself. But momentum started to gather. All of a sudden, my creativity was unlocked. I thought, oh my goodness, I would love to add more things to these kazoos, following that still trail of breadcrumbs. So I glue a bunch of these kazoos, and I bring them to Burning Man to gift. And what I really noticed first and foremost was I was really self-conscious about sharing my craft. I was really afraid of being judged, that people wouldn't understand, that it would be deemed silly or nonsensical. So I would hide them away, and every once in a while I would crack open my box of crafted kazoos and gift them to somebody, very sort of oh, remember you like this, maybe you won't. People enjoyed them. And what was always fun is whenever you get a kazoo, people immediately start to play. Now, some people don't remember and just blow. No, you gotta hum. And then all of a sudden, all of my friends and I had kazoos. We would play for each other. We would be able to hear each other in a crowd. And not only that, but it also just became a cool decorative piece of art. And my journey continued. This exploration of play and boundaries, and also not being attached to what I've created or to what other people thought. Burning Man and really sharing my gifts was my first hurdle in I feel like it was like the first hurdle of this healing process. And even though I had already given away all my kazoos, that same impulse to create stayed. And that focus of all of a sudden my imagination, it's like I thought about all of these different things that I could do, showing that it was not only my spirit, but things that I really value that came in this package that help. Connection, community, play, nonsense, fun, silliness, bright, fun colors. So my partner works in music, and he was finishing a tour. I was deep in my kazoo crafting, making kazoo after kazoo after kazoo for who knows who here in my home. And then I got the bright idea, it would be so fun. I met so many beautiful, wonderful people on this tour that I should gift them all a kazoo. And away I went again in my creation workshop, trusting my impulse, my creativity, my exploration, and, had a lot of, but I don't want to say mistakes, but a lot of rough drafts of learning to explore this very funny, nonsensical little medium. And then it just started to evolve. My inner child and having this small place of boundaries where it didn't matter if I messed up a kazoo. It didn't matter what it looked like. It just felt good. Helped me to even better trust myself. One thing that I've really found in this journey of play is often my ego intellect, my inner perfectionist, can show up and doubt what comes through. Do these colors look good together? Is this okay? What do you think, as a universal question to others? And instead, all of a sudden, I just really noticed the switch between being curious about input because feedback's fun, but also that I trusted my own judgment, my own decisions, what I liked. Instead of having places of asking for feedback, then feeding self-doubt or criticism. I just love them so much. I mean, my goodness. So again, I just kept noticing that the more that I played, the more that I created in this space with no attachment to the outcome, nothing to do aside from just the pleasure of playing. Then I decided, like I said, I was going to make kazoos for the whole crew, which I think I ended up making around 40 or 50 kazoos. And each kazoo I spend maybe 30 to 40 minutes with, from start to finish. And I grow attached. I love my little creatures. I love their colors. I love how different they are. They bring me so much joy. So tour rolls around, it's time for me to gift my kazoos, and all of a sudden, my inner critic, ego, barking dog comes up once again and starts to seed self-doubt. What if people don't like them? Or what if it's silly? What if I find them on the ground? What if I just get too self-conscious and don't want to give them away? And I also thought, I just love them. I mean, part of me wants to just like hold on because they bring me so much joy. I love them so much. So I'm going back and forth, and two of my beautiful friends, Lydia and Ryan, arrive here in New Orleans for these shows. And the moment that they walked into my home, I gingerly opened my box of kazoos. My spirit said, give them a kazoo. I gingerly opened my box, look and think, oh, which one am I ready to part with? So funny, my ego is so attached. And I'm like, all right. So I actually say, let's reframe the question. Which kazoo would be a good fit for them? And as I picked the kazoos, there was part of me that felt sad that I was no longer going to have them. But the moment that I gave them to them, I experienced more joy than I did in having or creating them and sharing that energy. Because the first thing that happens, we start to play the kazoo, And then all of a sudden, all of us are laughing and playing and being silly and, just enjoying being connected in this sweet nonsense. And it ignited a fire. I was like, oh, I know. And it's interesting because it's like intellectually, I know. But it's always such a different thing when you have an experience, when you're reminded through vibration and feeling of what it is to be a good vibes fairy, to spread joy, to spread creativity and wonder and invite others to play with you. So I started giving away kazoo after kazoo after kazoo, inviting people each time that I would gift them a kazoo. I would have them play the kazoo for me and take their photo. The best thing would happen is that almost every single person after finishing their first tune ended with a giant belly laugh. And that sparked even more joy and gratitude. I was giving away kazoos left, right, side, center, being asked for kazoos, which I wish I had more at the time. I'm already back to grafting. And it was so healing and reminded me not only of intuition and creativity being twins, but also that when you share your creations, you can invite connections and inspire others. Some of the most magic thing, my beautiful, gorgeous friend Lydia, who's just brilliant. She is an artist herself, really loved her kazoo, and we had such a wonderful weekend talking all sorts of deep stuff. And she's like, I would love to create a 3D render of these kazoos. I see them as personalities, as little people. And I was like, really? I would love that. And then my partner was like, oh, I'll be happy to edit part of this kazoo video. And now we have the kazoo boo. That's what I called it. The kazoo boo. You do you, boo. Has been born. And last night she sent my partner the video that she had created, and I was blown away by her creativity about what her expression was. But it was also such a wonderful, beautiful moment to think and reflect on something that was just a real reflection of my heart space and given in love, ignited creativity and her passion and her gifts that then she shared with me. So I really want to encourage you this year to let yourself explore and play. I really want to encourage you to be a good vibes fairy, to share the things that you love and light you up. And just remember that in doing that, you give others permission to do the same. With my friend Jessica, who told me about the kazoo, which was a gift, even from my guides that came to here to now, to hear that art, this creation for me, it's a whole new energy that came in from somebody else's imaginative portal, has brought me so much. So I encourage you to do the same and also get your own kazoo because Lord, they're so much fun. Well, I'm sending you all my love. And I encourage you before the year is over to go play and craft and enjoy nonsense and see the gifts of spirit and the gift of your spirit that you share with others. Sending you all my love. Bye.